Hello, and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where today we have a Pentopia by Amgeny 8, I want to say. Uh, Amgeny 8, yes, I remember that correctly. So let's go over the rules carefully. I'll remind you always you can check the rules if you like by going to help. So I'm going to read them and make sure I remember them. I think I know them, but it's better to be safe than sorry, given certain incidents with certain Islam puzzles in the past. So we must place some shapes from the bank into the grid. Shapes can be rotated or mirrored, however, so they're like blockus pieces, if that helps or hurts. A shape can be used no more than once. There cannot be shapes in the grid that are not present in the bank. Two shapes cannot be orthogonally or diagonally adjacent. So I'll stress or diagonally because it's unlike most genres, but here we have no touchy-touchy, even a little touchy-touchy, no touchy-touchy. We also have arrows that point towards the closest shape to the clue. And if an arrow has multiple arrows, then there's a tie, and the distance has to be the same. Now, that is negative information, which is part of why I enjoy the genre, because directions without an arrow must have a shape further away or not have a shape at all in that direction. There can't be a tied direction that is ungiven. Okay. And a cell with a clue cannot have a shape. Okay, so we can mark these as all being not shape. And if we like, there's a shape in... Oh, sorry, I should say. I'll give you a second to click the link down below if you want to try the puzzle. Now, I'm going to give the puzzle my best college try. So let's see how it goes. So the clue to start with, as I jumped the gun slightly, is this one, I think, because I see that there's this clue in this direction. And there's only one cell in that direction. And we can actually mark that those are there, and this one is not. Now, clues can't touch diagonally. So therefore, we have to actually connect these like this, if we look at our bank. And that's the U from our bank, so we can click it and it will gray out. Awesome interfacing there. And then we can go ahead and wipe the rest of the universe around this clue. Okay, that gives us a lot of information, though, because you can see now what would happen if any of these shapes had a gray cell immediately in front of them. And I should note, by the way, I can always green in any direction not pointed by the arrow one cell, because if any of these were gray, it would be impossible for the clue to be correct. So actually, I should have done that before I even did anything more. But now that I've done that, I'll go ahead and say I definitely can't gray a cell immediately in front of these because it would make a second U, and there's not a second U. Okay, and that has pushed the direction not pointed to by the clue one further away still. Okay, now if I look at this one, that green from this clue has made it so that now the nearest gray this can see is at least 3 away. So I can continue this, and now there's just no gray in this direction. But now that gray must be exactly 3 away, because otherwise there would be no clue pointed at. So I actually get that that's gray, and that's gray. This is now green because it touches that cell diagonally, and there's no way I'm connecting them in some nonsense. This is gray because all of my things, in this case, it's Pentopia because they're pentagons. Pentagons. Oh, Lord. Can you tell this is like the 12th puzzle I've recorded today? Because they're pentominoes. There we go. That's the word. Pentominoes. Okay. This piece also is very interesting because it points at a piece that's up here. So it's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away. So I know that in any direction not pointed to, we can go at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. Because if that were 6, that's the closest it could be is 6, which would mean it would have to also point this direction, and it does not. Okay, all of my pentominoes have 5 pieces, so I'm not fitting a pentomino over there. Oh, also this one now is up against the edge, so I now have to have a shaded piece here, which means I have one there and I have one there. And these are all part of the same pentomino because they touch diagonally. What pentomino is that? The only thing it can be is the W, if I actually look at that. And then I can erase all cells that touch the diagonal, or sorry, that touch the W orthogonally or diagonally. So I can wipe all of that out. And now this shape, sorry, I can glue that out. I can fill in the eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. So there's my eye. And now this points at something up here. And that is 7 away, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is now green. So this gray grows. And now this gray over here is now interesting. Because if it doesn't take this cell, it becomes a second eye. And if I look at my bank, I only have one eye. So I need to take that, and I still need one more cell. And so I have become what we in the biz call a Y to do that. Okay. So we know that this cell is gray. How do I know that this cell is gray? Because this arrow here tells me that, well, this cell's definitely gray, so the closest is either 1 or 2 away. If the closest is 1 away, then this is still gray because I need to finish it. But actually, if you think further about it, the closest can't be 1 away, because if the closest is 1 away, then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shaded, I've created a second eye. That's not allowed. So actually, the closest is there, and now I've forced this L, and now this is a P, and now, as you will see, it has completed, because the only pentomino you can fit in a 2x3 is a P or a U, and we've already used the P and the U. So we've finished it because we actually now can deduce that all of these are green. Okay, lovely puzzle there. Do please give the video a like. A kind comment is always appreciated. But that's all for now. Do, by the way, consider supporting the channel financially if you have the means to do so. We appreciate it. Of course, if you don't have the means to do so, we welcome you here as always. But that's going to be all for today's puzzle. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.